Alright, what's going on, people? It's your favorite food, the Galaxy Apple, here today. And, well, we're back with another theory. And this theory is on the entire series of Season 9. I mean, Season 9 is just a mess, and it's full of mystery. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this theory because there's so much. We have to start with what began and what leads to another thing and what leads to another. But, yeah, we'll dive straight into this video after I roll this intro. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this intro in. See you in a sec. One, two, three, four, five, six, do it. Alright, so first things first, let's go ahead and start with what began at the beginning of the season. So as we saw in the beginning of the season, as we first started the season, there's a giant meteor at Dusty Divot, as you can see on the screen, and it's heading towards Dusty Divot, but it's frozen in time and in position, all because of the Nexus explosion at the beginning of the season in the season trailer. And yeah, so what I think my theory on this thing is that whenever the season event happens, I think that all time will like resume again, and that meteor is going to go ahead and finish what it started and crash down into Dusty Divot once more, as it did whenever it was in Season 3. And here's my thing to prove that is like the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass always gives us hints as to what the event is going to be. And as you see here, there's a spray called Dusty Devastation showing the meteor fully crashing into Dusty Divot and destroying it. And that's why I think that the event is going to be based off of that meteor happening again and crashing down into Dusty Divot as it did in the beginning of the season. Now, the next thing I say that's going to happen, well, the second thing is the Nexus explosion itself. The Nexus explosion is The Nexus explosion is frozen in time. Like, it didn't fully explode. It exploded, but while it was exploding, it froze. And I think what happened was that as we went back in time, as we can see on the little channel trailer here, where we have Jonesy kind of floating around and just looking at all this stuff, well, what that is that Jonesy's in the Nexus explosion, and there's an explosion where he's in space and just floating around back in time. What I think the Nexus explosion was a, let's say, time machine, but not exactly a time machine. The Nexus explosion had a radius effect that caused the whole thing to go back in time. So what I'm thinking is, right now, the world isn't entirely in its future state. Like, so Neo Tilted, let's say. Neo Tilted was there, and it was there until, say, 2 days ago. Yeah, then Tilted Town came in. Well, let me start with this. We're in time, but we're stuck in time, and we're going back through the past, if that makes any sense. Let me explain that there. So the past is happening right now because the giant meteor is sitting there frozen, but we're stuck in time. The meteor is still frozen, and so is the Nexus explosion. Everything is frozen except for that rift, and we'll get to that rift later in the video. So, my next thing is Kevin the Cube. Kevin is everywhere in this season. Kevin is screaming that he is going to come back, whether we like it or not. Kevin is going to come back, because here's my thing to prove that. We have the Battle Pass here, where we have Kevin as a spray, and Kevin as a rap. And I love the rap for Kevin. That's insane right there. That was a great idea. Whoever came up with that, credit to whoever did. And so, and then there's also this little dome thing here where there's laser beams around the little cube thingy. Well, there's like palm trees and stuff, but there's like tiny little laser beams. And what I think that is like somebody's trying to resize the cube and bring it back to its original state as the cube. And so that's going to be the thing of how Kevin's coming back. But he might not exactly come back in a way that we think he will. It might not happen via the block, but it might happen, you know, as Tilted Town appeared. It might just happen on the map. Not like an event, but he'll just show up on the map. So I mean, because during season 5, he was an event. His coming was an event, and I don't think that's going to be the case this season. But on to the next thing, the visitor, the visitor, the visitor, the visitor. The visitor is nuts. The visitor, his whole thing. Okay. Let me just start with this. The meteor. We all know in season 4 that the visitor came out of that rock, the meteor, but it came out once it crashed down, right? We all know that. We all saw that. Well, we didn't see it happen, but we saw that in season 4 because at Dusty Depot. Well, no, I think it's Dusty Divot. Yeah, Dusty Divot. In the middle of the Dusty, there was a little, crater thing where the visitor had came out of. Well, now we have a same crater, but the problem is the meteor hasn't landed and the crater is already open, which leaves us with only two things. The visitor has already come out of his thing, and where's he going now? Now, let me show you the clip here of the visitor skin. Well, not the skin, but like the crater being open inside the meteor. Alright, so here we are inside of the meteor with the little visitor crater here, and as you guys can see, it's open. The visitor has left his spot already. Oops, excuse me. Already before the meteor has crashed down. Now, this could mean something very prior to the timeline. Now, this could be dangerous in two ways. Now, in the in the battle pass, we saw that there's like a spray called Rocket, and it's the rocket that the visitor made to destroy Tilted Towers or wherever it was going. Oh, but it made the crack in the sky, as you guys can see here, and there's that crack in the sky. But then the visitor has, if the visitor's already left the crater before he actually landed on the ground, then what I'm thinking is during the event, I think that there's going to be multiple different events that are similar to the ones that came in the actual seasons. So what I'm thinking is the rocket's going to come back, because I mean, as we can see here in the channel trailer, it passes by Jonesy as he's flying through the sky or space, or space-time continuum, whatever you would call that. But yeah, I think the visitor is going to have a big part in this season. And like I said about Kevin, it's going to be different. It's not going to be part like of an event. Like the rocket might just show up in Omega's base again, and stuff like that. It might just show up in Omega's base and stuff, and he might launch another rocket. But what would the objective of that rocket be this season? I mean, I think the objective of it was to destroy Tilted, but it kind of failed and stuff. So yeah, but okay. Now, let's see, where was my next point? What was I about to say? Let's see. Oh, no, I'm gonna save the best for last. Okay, so, now, here is a big theory that I have. What if Siri just turned on. What if we are in a time loop? What if Fortnite's map is in a big time loop? Okay, so let me explain what I mean here. So, alright, so we have the Season 9 battle, Caddis Monster versus the robot. So we have the Caddis, the Caddis Monster just got stabbed in the face, and the robot's kind of flexing here now. And now we have the rocket shooting up, the robot shooting up into space. What could this mean here? So what I'm thinking here is that as it was going up into space, it hit like something that made that meteor come down. Now here's where that time loop starts over again. This is where time starts over again, where it hit the meteor, and this is where Season 3 comes into play. Season 3, now all of these meteors are coming down because the robot might have hit something as he was going up into space. And then, finally, whatever he hit broke down into a giant piece. Thus, the giant meteor we have in the sky. So, I think that we're in a time loop, and what's happening is the Nexus explosion is resetting the map to where it's all going back to season 1, and everything is reverting, going back to its original state and everything like that. So, where was I going with this? Okay, so now I think I should bring on my biggest point. Okay, we are living in a wait, no, I forgot. We got the rift here. So in the rift, okay, so we have the crack in the sky, as I call it, but a smaller version. What that crack in the sky did was take a small part of Tilted and revert it back to its original version, or its original state, Tilted Town. This is like way before season 1, because obviously Tilted Towers didn't happen, or it wasn't there in season 1 and through the rest of the game until now. Why I say everything is resetting, like the Nexus explosion and everything, is like it's reverting back to its way before season 1 version of itself. So Tilted Town is now there because that rift in the sky, or crack in the sky, is there, and it reverted Tilted back to its original version. And so let's see here. That crack, I wonder why. Now, I haven't come up with a theory for this yet, but at Neo Tilted, there was the beacon that was at Neo Tilted, and that was what was making the crack in the sky. I wonder, I haven't come up with a theory for this yet, but I wonder what the purpose of that beacon making the crack in the sky was. What did Fortnite storyline have, or what did Epic have for that being there? I mean, we can see the big difference between the small crack in the sky that humans made and the big crack in the sky that the rocket made interdimensionally. So now let me go back to the visitor topic. What I think the visitor is going to do this season is he's going to do the same thing he did in season 4. He's going to try to accomplish what he tried to do again in season 4, and it might make the same thing, but even bigger this time, because there's already a crack in the sky, and I think that like maybe if it cracks back into the sky again, then that is going to make a very big rupture in time or some crap like that. I'm not gonna be sciencey with this. Alright, so now here comes my last point. We are living in a multiverse. That's right, a multiverse. Wonder why I say a multiverse? Well, the facts are clearly shown that we're living in some sort of different universe, because, I mean, there's duplicates of everything. I mean, look at this. There's Technique, and then there's Tilted Technique. Then there's Drift, and then there's Catalyst. Then we have Yonder with a 3 and not an E. And then we have DJ Yonder from Season 5, or no, 6. And then the Red Knight in its original Red Knight state. And then we have what is it? Oh yeah, Sparkle Time Specialist. And then it's called like Sparkle something else now. But as you guys get what I'm trying to push here, there's a multiverse. Maybe that the Nexus exploded us into a different universe where everything was the same, but like in a different universe. If you guys have seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you'll understand more of that and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that Nexus explosion pushed us into another universe where everything is the same, but yet different. That's what I'm hooked on right there for explaining this season and its battle pass and everything like that. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys take in consideration what I've put out here. Full on facts, proof, and evidence for you right here. Smack dab in the middle of everything. That is a really awesome theory that I like right there. Well, we'll find out what happens in the season live event, or what happens here. So, yeah. Now, in this Team Rumble video, I actually get the last kill, and I'm going to go ahead and roll that clip, because I love getting the last kill. And, here you go. So, I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video, and I really hope you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. But, yeah, I'll be doing more theory videos along the season. And, yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Ah yes, just this.
Come to make a choice.